IELTS Academic Reading Test 1, Section 2. This is the second section of IELTS Reading Test. Read the text below and answer the questions online. After that, press check and move on to the next section. Reading Page 2. You should spend about 20 minutes on questions 14 until 26, which are based on reading Page 2 below. Life lessons from villains, crooks, and gangsters. A. A notorious Mexican drug baron's audacious escape from prison in July doesn't, at first, appear to have much to teach corporate boards, but some in the business world suggest otherwise. Beyond the morally reprehensible side of criminal work, some business gurus say organized crime syndicates, computer hackers, pirates, and others operating outside the law could teach legitimate corporations a thing or two about how to hustle and respond to rapid change. B. Far from encouraging illegality, the gurus argue that, in the same way big corporations sometimes emulate startups, business leaders could learn from the underworld about flexibility, innovation, and the ability to pivot quickly. There is a nimbleness to criminal organizations that legacy corporations with large complex layers of management don't have, said Max Goodman, head of Future Crimes Institute and Global Cybercrime Advisor. While traditional businesses focus on rules they have to follow, criminals look to circumvent them. For criminals, the sky is the limit, and that creates the opportunity to think much, much bigger. C. Joaquim Guzman, the head of Mexican Sinaloa drug cartel, for instance, slipped out his prison cell through a tiny hole in his shower that led a mile-long tunnel filled with lights and ventilation. Making a break for it required creative thinking, long-term planning, and perseverance, essential skills similar to those needed to achieve success in big business. D. While Devin Liddell, who heads brand strategy for Seattle-based design consultancy, took condoms, the violence, and other illegal activities, he became curious as to how criminal groups endure some cartels stay in business despite multiple efforts by law enforcement on both sides of the US border and millions of dollars from international agencies to shut them down. Little genuinely believes there is a lesson in longevity here. One strategy he underlined was how the bad guys respond to change. In order to bypass the border between Mexico and the U.S., for example, the Sinaloa cartel went to great lengths if build a fast underground tunnel, her family members as border agents, and even use a catalog to circumvent a high-tech fence. E. By contrast, many legitimate businesses fail because they hesitate to adapt quickly to changing market winds. One high-profile example is movie and game rental company Blockbuster, which didn't keep up with the market and lost business to mail-order video rentals and streaming technologies. The brand has all but faded from view. Little argues the difference between the two groups in that criminal organizations often have improvisation encoded into their daily behavior, while larger companies think of innovation as a set process. This is a leadership challenge, said Little. How well companies innovate and organize is a reflection of leadership. Left field thinking. cash strip startups also use unorthodox strategies to problem solve and build their businesses up from scratch. This creativity and innovation is often born out of necessity, such as tight budgets. Both criminals and startup founders question authority, act outside the system, and see new and clever ways of doing things, said Goodman. Either they become Elon Musk or El Cabo, and some entrepreneurs aren't even afraid to operate in legal gray areas in the effort to disrupt the marketplace. The co-founders of music streaming service Napster, for example, knowingly broke music copyright rules with their first online file sharing service. But their technology paved the way for legal innovation as regulators catch up. G. Goldman and others believe thinking hard about problem solving before worrying about restrictions could prevent established companies falling victim to rivals less constraints per traditional. In the book The Mischief Economy, Alexa Clay and Kira Maya Phillips examine how individuals can apply that insight to become more innovative and entrepreneurial within corporate structures. They studied not just violent criminals like Somali pirates, but others who break the rules in order to find creative solutions to their business problems, such as people living in the slums of Mumbai or computer hackers. They pick out five common traits among this group: the ability to hustle, pivot, provoke, hack, and copycat. H. Clay gives a Saudi entrepreneur named Walid Abdul Wahab as a prime example. Abdul Wahab worked with Amish farmers to bring camel milk to American consumers even before U.S. regulators approved it. Through perseverance, they eventually found a network of Amish camel milk farmers and started selling the product via social media. Now his company, Desert Farms, sells to giant mainstream retailers like Whole Foods Market. Those entrepreneurs don't always have the option of traditional corporate jobs, and that forces them to think more creatively about how to make a living. Clay said they must develop grit and resilience in order to last outside the cozy confines of cubicle life. In many cases, scarcity is the mother of inventions, Clay said. Questions 14 until 21. Reading pages 2 has each paragraph A until H. Match the headings below with the paragraphs. Write the correct letter A until H in the boxes 14 until 21 on your answer sheet. 14. Jailbreak with creative thinking. 15. 5 common traits among rule breakers. 16. Comparison between criminals and traditional businessmen. 17. Can track parents escape teach legitimate corporations. 18. Great entrepreneur. 19. How criminal groups deceive the law. 20. The difference between legal and illegal organizations. 21. Similarity between criminals and startup founders. Questions 22 until 25. Complete the sentences below. Write only one word from the passage for each answer. Write your answer in the boxes 22 until 25 on your answer sheet. 22. To escape from a prison, Joachim Guzman had to use such traits as creative thinking, long-term planning, and 23. The Sinaloa cartel built a grand underground tunnel and even used a blah 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 to avoid the fence. 24. The main difference between two groups is that criminals, unlike large corporations, often have blah 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 encoded into their daily life. 25. Due to being persuasive, Walid Abdul Wahab found blah 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 of Amish camel milk farmers. Question 26. Choose the correct letter A, B, C, or D. 26. The main goal of this article is to A. Show different ways of illegal activity. B. Give an overview of various criminals and their gangs. C. Draw a comparison between legal and illegal business, providing examples. 8. D. Justify criminals with creative thinking.